So it's a little less terse. But arrow functions are pretty useful. The other thing you get, and you can't see this here, but this is a backtick. And this should also be a backtick. It did not get done properly. That's a backtick, okay? Is you get these strings that have the flexibility of using templates like you do in Java, $brace, for example, in Ant and things like that. So I can say, for each of these values, do a console log and output val property A dash val property B. You don't do that currently in JavaScript, but it must use backticks, not single quotes, not double quotes. So sorry for the numerous typos here. I'm working on that now. Multiple line strings were not valid in JavaScript unless you put backslashes at the end. And even then, sometimes the browser couldn't deal with it. If you use the backticks, strings can be multiple lines now as well. So if you want to embed a small template in a fragment as a string, you could now do that without all sorts of string concatenation and pluses. So that's another nice little thing. So it's good. Another cool thing are now default parameters. So you can now say parameter name equals in a default value. If it's not provided, it will get whatever that value is. You can also have a REST parameter, and that's not REST in terms of web services, that's the rest of the stuff. And this basically turns into an array. So at the end, it has to be the last thing in your function, but you can say dot, 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 whatever, and then you can walk through it. I also wanted to show you this. Who's done for in? For in iterates through the keys of an object or the indices of an array. For in brings the items back as a name. So instead of having to go in and reference them by index again or by property name, you just directly deal with the element that comes back. So again, these are all nice little features they're starting to bake into JavaScript as a language, and they're at the language level. It's not like I have to go find a compiler, except for the fact that your browsers aren't ready to do this yet, right? Most of them